you got a plan to go big on YouTube in 2024, or a podcast, or your live streams, or your Instagram reels, here's my hot take on setting big plans and goals for the New Year's. I have a big plan to come online in a really big way and bring it online in YouTube in 2024. I've always done YouTube. I've mastered it at different stages. It's been a predominant part of my marketing at sometimes, and sometimes it's there's Facebook, and then there's Instagram, and then there's YouTube somewhere down there, not even got anything to do with my business marketing model. But there's been times when it's literally been my primary marketing model back in the day, back in my internet marketing days in 2014. It was pretty much how I grew my list and had my first 6-figure year. So this is what I want to say to you. Pick up the freaking camera and create your first piece of content. Pick up the mic and record your first podcast without having a plan. And then as you go and in the action, then start to get better at it as you go, versus being the best or being really great or being really strategic when you start. Because I think a lot of us, we are hyper strategic in a way, but when we start something new and we're not quite we haven't nailed it, we're okay, who's the avatar that I'm talking about? What's my niche? What's my freaking topic? And we just get so thinky about it that it becomes this big freaking project that could just be you sticking your face in front of the camera for a couple of minutes and riffing on what you know to be true, and then figuring it out from there, creating a framework from what you're already freestyling. So a lot of us, I think that we create frameworks back to front. We create a framework first, and then we go and make the framework, and we force ourselves to create the thing, and it's really slow and really sludgy, versus freestyle. You want to make YouTube in 2024? Freestyle your first video. You want to make reels in 2024? Freestyle your first few. If you want to you want to go bigger in doing podcasts in 2024, freestyle the first few. Freestyle the first few and then make a framework after it. Literally Mr. Beast said to do this. We're doing frameworks back to front because we're expecting ourselves almost to come out of the gates fully freaking perfect straight away. And instead of just what I'm doing right now, because I found myself going, okay, let me go get a pen and paper and let me sit down and let me riff out the most perfect video that I could do to kickstart my 2024 of creating YouTube videos. Should I do weekly? Should I do daily? Should I do 3 a week? Should I do every single day? Should I do quarterly? Do I even need to do this? What am I even doing? Should I get a whole studio set up? I need to get the whole studio set up. And that could take you months. And then you launch this thing that's taken you ages, where you could have been just doing it for ages, freestyling, and then now frameworking and finessing. Framework and finesse after you freestyled, and you were going to get so much more creative in 2024. You were going to move so much faster than anybody else, and you were actually going to do it more yourself. Because what will happen is, so how I do reels, for example, I go and do the reel, and then I'm okay, now let's make it into a hyper reel. Let's put the virality pieces into it. Let's put all the pieces that are going to make it pop. I do that after I frameworked. My original, my intuitive, my inspired idea then gets wrapped up in a marketing bow. This is what I do. It's organic marketing, and wrap it in a marketing bow after you've done the natural creation. It's going to be so much more powerful. You're going to be a breath of fresh air. You're going to remind them of nobody, and your content is just going to hit different because you are taking what you naturally wanted to create and then you're wrapping it in a marketing bow, as opposed to going, let's set up the marketing, let's framework this, and then maybe down the track, when I'm really good at this, I'm going to freestyle maybe just a little bit. I might put a little bit of my personality into it, just a little bit. That's my little tip for you guys. If you want to make it online in 2024, this is me just picking up my camera. I'm going to put all the marketing pieces around it. I'm going to put the thumbnail, do all the things. But first and foremost, it's just I literally am sitting here having a coffee, decided to make this little video. And that's the end of the story. Sign up down below for the Dream Bigger 5-day free expansion to figure out and find out how I created 7 figures in 8 months through my coaching business. This is only if you've got deep experience and expertise and embodiment and enthusiasm for what you do as a coach, as a life worker, doing your life's work for a living. You'll love my 5-day free expansion. I love to see you inside. Let me know in the comments if this landed for you and this is exactly what you wanted to hear, or exactly what you needed, or exactly what you never knew you needed. to here right now. Have the best day ever, growing to big dreams. Cheers, big dreams. Genie of the internet is out.